What's going on, Garage Gang? Matt from GarageMC here. I did one thing and I am soaked in sweat already today. Let me get a thumbs up just for that because I am in no mood to be filming and making this take 10 times longer. But anyway, right from part one of the spray paint restoration on the 1986 Honda ATC200X. In part one, we took the engine out, redid that in black, touched up some of the frame. I should have labeled the numbers of videos differently because we did the front end in another video, but you know, whatever, you guys get the point. So part two, since we did the front and the middle, let's go to the rear. I am going to strip all this stuff off. I am going to take the whole axle assembly apart and get all that cleaned up, and yeah, so let's get it. Alright, so like I said, I am going to start disassembling the rest of this. I'm going to, if you guys are ever going to undo your axle nut, I usually soak it in PB Blaster first, and then I'll take a wire wheel on a drill, or I mean you could do it with like a toothbrush style wire brush as well. Clean out all these threads before you even crack these free. It will help obviously break it free. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to vapor blast the rear shock. We will see how good that blue spring cleans up. You know, I could repowder coat it. I think I have Ford Blue. I have Illusion Blueberry. I think the Ford Blue would be a closer match, but I have the dark Ford Blue. That looks more like the light Ford Blue. So if and only if I powder coat the spring, it'll probably go the Illusion Blueberry. Yeah, vapor blast all this. I'm going to redo the clamps. I'm going to vapor blast the regulator, get that nice and clean because it looks like shit. And we're going to do the swing arm in a silver that's very similar to that. I'm going to do my best to clean up this axle. We'll clean up all the hubs. I will paint the wheel hubs as well. And then we'll get this thing ready for part 3, which will be the riding video of this. Let's get sweaty some more. Alright, so first thing I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to take out this regulator. I want you guys to see like how this thing looks. It looks, if we can get a little contrast here, there you go. See how that thing looks, man? You guys are going to see how awesome this vapor blaster is. Obviously get a good look at the shock too. It's just corroded, you know, it's no big deal. It's just age, you know. Some of you guys asked me where I can get these stickers from, like stuff like this, down to the date and year that it was manufactured, for the make and model, the year, all that stuff. BlueLineDecals.com, guys. He's got you covered. He has got you covered, and they are the closest possible thing to OEM. Any of them, you can get these. This one I didn't order. Which one I did order though was obviously the year. I got the decal kit for the rest of the bike. And being we're doing a swing arm, I got this one as well. We're gonna go ahead and put that back on after we recoat the swing arm. This shock guard here, there's actually a couple things that should be on the rear here. There's also a cover that goes around this where the adjustment is. And this is in 2 pieces here. This is nothing but a piece of rubber. When I take this apart, I will tape this back together, make a template, and then I'm going to remake this. This way it's one piece, and yeah, you know, why not, right? While it's apart. What else? The rotor looks like it's in decent shape. We're not gonna have to recoat that. The hubs, however, I'm going to do those black because the front hub is black, so I think it should match. I'm gonna clean up that sprocket, but yeah, get a good look at that regulator there. I'm gonna go ahead and vapor blast that, and then we'll pick back right up and I'll show you. It took a little fight to get this thing out of that rubber holster, but sheesh, look at all the stuff just built up in those cooling fins, man. Cooling fins are for cooling, so if they're all clogged up and air can't flow through, I mean, it would take a hell of a lot of heat for this regulator to overheat, but they do go bad. So this definitely ain't helping, being all clogged up like that. I don't even know what the hell's in there, man. Looks like, I don't know, I'd just be guessing. But anyway, here's your close-up. You know, really disgusting. And anyway, all right, let me get it. Jesus, can I get the like button hit yet? I am soaked, guys. So this is the shit that just drives me nuts, man. The lock nut on the axle, literally like I breathed on it and it came off. You know, I take the hubs off the bike, the zinc coating is still good on the splines. Go to bang the axle out. We're to this point. Yeah, I'm getting it to budge. So I've been going a little bit and then pushing the axle back in and then cleaning the threads. There's obviously some buildup. I don't know if I can get you guys. You can see the buildup in there. It's minimal. I've been cleaning it, but Jesus Lord. You know, just to touch up the swing arm. I guess I could do it with it on the bike. I'd have to tape everything off, but like, I'm not trying to do that. I want it to come out looking really damn good. I want to sandblast that thing and recoat the whole swing arm so it's like, you know, the sheen on it is nice and smooth. Also, I want to clean up all these hubs, and I want to, the bearings in the carrier aren't bad, but I want to vapor blast that so that's nice and clean. I want to recoat the brake stay. I want to replace these rubber bushings back here, which I have new ones of, OEM obviously. You know, replace this bolt, and yeah, she's just fighting me. But anyway, I told you guys I'd show you the regulator. Check this out, man. That was just like a quick 5 minutes. I could get it even better than that if I was to clean it first, like with a Scotch-Brite wheel, and then vapor blast it, but I don't want it to look too good either. I got the rest of the little stuff disassembled. Here's the clamps for the rear shock resi. These brackets to the taillight have to get fixed, and also this gasket to the taillight is hanging out. I want to take care of that. Look at the zinc coating that went to the bolt that holds the airbox. I mean, like, damn, you know? Hubs came off really easy. You can tell this one's never even been off. This is from the left side of the bike. Nobody's ever even messed with that. I mean, look at the zinc coating inside and on the back of the nut. Yeah, man, it's, I'm gonna throw spacers on the back of this too. I got the Kickstarter over here because I gotta rebuild it. Wheels are obviously off. I think I told you guys this already, but I fixed the peg situation from the last video. I put the peg section from the newer, or the other set of pegs I had, and then I recoated these plates. Whew, damn, man, what a pain in the ass. My shirt is like stuck to me, man. It is disgusting out here. All right, I'm going to fight with this axle a little bit more, and then, you know, I guess we'll see. I don't want to destroy these threads on the end of it, although, I mean, I could fix them, but I'm not trying to do that. But, oh, here's the zinc on the axle. Check this shit out. So, I mean, obviously, under this dirt, you can still see the, I guess it's called blue zinc. And then the other side, this one looks like it's never even been off before. It's in really nice shape, dude. Really nice shape, man. Every time I start doing something on this bike, I'm like, damn, this thing's really low hour. But anyway, all right, back to it. I guess you thought I was gonna give up on that, huh? Nope. A little 200X ain't gonna beat us, guys. Little heat. Keep cleaning everything and, you know, getting all the gook off of it, and gook or grime, or if your MRC builds, debris. You want to clean that. You want to clean that off of there. Yeah, here we are. All right, so I'm gonna finish disassembling this, guys. I'm gonna take the shock out, the swing arm off. I'm gonna put the axle to the side for a minute. So the last piece to come off, which is gonna be the swing arm, is gonna be the first piece that I redo, so we can go ahead and put it right back together. And yeah. All right, we have reached a part where I'm going to go inside and clean up and change, because there's no possible way I want to keep working like this. I feel disgusting, man. I feel disgusting. Anyway, here we are. So everything is disassembled off the back. I'm going to take the exhaust, or the head pipe anyway, back off of the engine. I'm going to take the rear master off. That's why I didn't tighten any of that stuff yet. I will cover the engine, and I'm going to touch up the back of this frame. This thing still has these little end plugs in it, man. Check this out, guys. I know I've probably said this a million times, but this is where the chain roller would go. Now, the chain roller disintegrated, so I don't have one, but I'm going to make one. So look at the zinc on this, man. Like, come on. You can't tell me that this bike ain't going to be a good bike for a full restoration, like maybe in the winter, if we still have it, since, you know, I for some reason sell everything I build instantly. So here we are. Here's what's on the table for today. All this stuff. These are all the pieces to the rear. So we got our shock, We got the rubber piece I said I want to remake. The rubber that holds this is still on the frame. I got to get that off. It's pretty dried out. I think I have one that will fit though, so maybe we could swap that out. I'm going to put all the new hardware, the seal and everything in the kicker. That's already painted and done. The hubs, those are going to get done black. We're going to put spacers on it. I'm also going to vapor blast those and powder coat them. This way they blend in with the hub. Our tail light, we got our resi mounts like I said before. Those are going to go black. These are the skid plate bolts for the swing arm. I got new ones, so those will just go, you know, wherever. They're pretty whooped, man. They get beat up on the bottom of the bike. We got our seat stud rubbers. We got the front slide to the seat rubbers. These are the rubbers that hold the resi to the frame, like a little bushing. This is the part for the air box. This is that rubber with a really nice zinc on it. We've got our pinch bolts, our carrier lock bolt, brake stay, circlip, all the pieces for the brake rotor hub and the lock axle nut. We've got our lower shock bolt, our upper shock bolt. These are the two bolts for the brake lines. These are getting replaced. We have our carrier. These are all 4 bolts for the grab bar. The grab bar is already done. Here's the axle we got to clean up. Our pivot bolt, look at the zinc on that too. And last but not least, but first, will be the swing arm. So I'm gonna go in and change because I can't keep working like this. And then first thing I'm gonna do is touch the frame up. This way that's on its way to drying. And then I'll do the swing arm and I'll get all my vapor blasting done. So one more look at all these parts, guys, because the next time you see them, they will be all cleaned, vapor blasted, recoated, yada yada yada. And I will put them back on the table in the same order so you guys can see them just as they are. Let's get it. Next day. Is it any cooler? Temperature wise? No. Is the bike cooler? Yeah, the bike looks better. I was trying to wait to continue filming, guys. I ordered a gimbal for when I use my cell phone for recording, like right now. The video's a little, you know, twitchy, and I've been watching, you know, I watch my old videos. I usually try to watch one a day, you know, usually from 6 months ago or a year ago, and see how much better, if any, my editing skills have gotten better. Try to teach myself something new every video, you know what I mean? I'm not filming a sequel to Avatar, so I'm not going crazy with editing, but you know, we're just building bikes over here. So anyway, I ordered a gimbal and I ordered some lav mics. This way the audio and the stabilization of the video is going to be a little bit better. You guys will see that footage, and I'll let you know when we switch over to the gimbal, so you'll probably be able to tell without me saying anything. But been plugging away. I got the frame completely painted in the rear. The swing arm's done. Here, let me show you. So here's the bike. Everything's it's still wet, so I'm just waiting for that to dry. I've been plugging away, getting stuff done. This is done in an aluminum color with a clear coat over it. So that's done. I noticed the thumb throttle was a little shitty looking, so, you know, did that. Got the, well, I gotta coat it. It's, you know, just cleaning all the old, help if I pointed the camera at it. Cleaning all the old paint off of it and everything. It was all corroded on the inside. You want that all nice and clean so actuation is nice and smooth. This is all just whatever on it. Here's the resi mounts for the rear shock. The shock is down here. I didn't go nuts cleaning it. I just pretty much just got all the corrosion off of it. Not really trying to go too nuts with this. So, you know, that's a lot better. The blue on the spring was fairly decent. That was one of the deciding factors why I didn't strip this down. It still looks good. And that is where we are at. I'm going to continue plugging away, doing all this stuff. I'm about to clean up the axle right now. Actually, I'm gonna show that to you before I clean it. You guys seen it before, but, you know, I'm gonna take the sprocket off. That's gonna get cleaned. I'll leave it I don't know, I might vapor blast that anodizing off of it. I'm not sure. This is gonna go that aluminum color, the Alumablast, like looks like vapor blasted aluminum color. The axle is going to go a charcoal gray, or like a stainless steel color that I have, and so will the hub on the inside here. So I got to clean all this crap off of it and I'm going to wire wheel this axle down and get all this corrosion off here so it looks somewhat decent. I couldn't find an aftermarket axle for this. So if any of you guys knowing what works, a 300X one I would think would work, or a 250X, but it's not. I have a 250X here. The width is off on the carrier. And yeah, so we're just going to clean that up and we'll throw some spacers on it because I would like to add a little width to this bike, especially if Emily's going to ride it. She's already got it in her head from all the brainwashing that the government did about, oh my God, three-wheelers are so dangerous. Oh my God, you're going to die if you ride it. No, you won't. Does it take a little bit more skill than riding a quad? Absolutely. It almost takes more skill than riding a dirt bike. You know, you see one wheel in front of you, but you got two behind you. Yeah, they are dangerous. But, you know, so's going to the store or getting in your car every day. That's dangerous too. So, anyway, all right, I'll let this dry. I'm going to keep cleaning stuff so we can put this thing back together. All right, so took a little break. Our gimbal came in. I did not set up the microphone yet, so I'm basically just testing this out. You guys let me know if this scene looks a little bit better. I'm pretty sure it is because it's going to be stable. So looking at the bike, not much has changed. Everything's drying. I got the axle right here. Here's your axle. Oh, still learning how to use the joystick. That's drying. Obviously didn't have to do all of it, you know what I mean, but that's gonna definitely spruce the bike up a little bit. We got swing arms dry. That could start going back in. All right, so I am going to continue. There's the plate for the sprocket. That's done. This will be next, and then we can start putting the bike back together. I still have other stuff I have to, you know, refurbish and recoat. So front fender, I've been sanding that out a little bit here and there. If I could figure this damn joystick out, we'd be good to go. But I mean, I could swing you guys around now and it's not going to get all twitchy and make you want to puke, you know what I mean? So, all right, I am happy with the gimbal other than the damn joystick, but I'll get it figured out. All right, back to work. All right, swing arm is now back in there. If you guys remember, I said that I was going to tape this together and use it as a template to make a new one. So bang bang, now we got something that's one piece. I didn't have any flat rubber, but this is like a rubberized foam, so should be good enough. That goes on the bottom of the shock, and then we can shit, I still gotta do this stuff. Every time I turn around, there's another thing I gotta work on. The axle, I put a clear coat on there just to give it a little sheen. So that's drying right now. I am going to, what am I gonna do? We'll wait till the end and we'll put our new decals on, obviously, when the plastics and everything are on the bike. As far as the plastics and the gas tank, I'm going to save that for part 3 when we actually ride this thing. I still have a ton of work. One, to that gas tank over there, I still have to sand. Now I'm just like dreading doing that, man. I grew up in my dad's body shop, and like, I like nothing to do with body work, you know. I kind of wish I didn't know how to do it. This way I could have somebody else do it, but anyway, all right, I'm going to get back to work. Probably by the next scene, it will be tomorrow. I'm going to continue prepping and repainting and getting all this stuff together. There's just a bunch of like little tiny things that still have to be done, so. All right, shock is mounted. Got the swing arm and the bolts all taken care of. You guys remember that nasty ass axle carrier? It was all covered in God knows what, white lithium grease. That is all nice and vapor blasted and ready to go. Got our resi mount put on there. The clamps are redone. I'm about to throw the regulator in. I know I said it would be tomorrow, but I just can't help myself, man. You know, I really like doing this stuff. I hope that at the very least from my channel, man, if you guys don't get like inspired to go pick something up and, you know, I don't know, get creative with it, man. That was the whole point of me putting this video out, guys, this budget build with spray paint. Any of you guys, if this is my first video that you're seeing, first off, there's part 1, this is part 2, so, you know, it goes 1, then 2. Yeah, I'm a smart ass, if you know, if this is your first video of mine, but, I don't normally do stuff like this, guys, with spray paint, you know. This is a cheap bike. You know, I think maybe tops, these are worth like $3,500 to $4 grand. I bought the bike for $1,600 and I put a few $100 into it, and I'm gonna have a nice little spare bike that I could, you know, just for whatever. It'll probably be a little night runner to Wawa. That's why I'm leaving, you know, the lights. Well, obviously the lights would stay on it, but a lot of my bikes don't have lights. They're like, you know, more or less loose term race bikes, you know, like my 330. There ain't gonna be no light on that thing, you know. Yeah, man, get a cheap project, get something to do, man. You know, it's pretty fun doing this, and it's very satisfying. If you guys, I'll put some pictures at the end of this video of like what it looked like when we first got it, or I'm sorry, the next video when we put the plastics on it and finish the bike. I'll show you guys all the before and after pictures and everything, or you could click the playlist at the end of this video. There'll be a playlist, and then there'll be another video that YouTube thinks is something you'd want to watch from me. You know, recommended or whatever. But all right, now we definitely will pick back up tomorrow. I'm going to continue getting a couple parts, you know, recoated, and then this way they're ready to go and dry for tomorrow, and we get this thing back on wheels, man. Kind of sucks moving it around like this. All right, same day still. So what I want to do real quick before I call it a day is I want to put this sticker that goes back on here. This is what it looks like here. Hope I'm in frame. This is the sticker for the frame here that I was telling you guys about, and these things are dead on, man. You really can't go wrong. It's like this one we'll save for the end when we put the plastics and everything on, and everything is from BlueLineDecals.com. Check him out, man. He's got you covered. He's got you covered. But anyway, all right, so I remembered when I took it off, it was center from top to bottom, and then the edge of the sticker was to the edge of this plate here. So, and all these decals from Blue Line Decals are high quality too. So they come with this peel ply section, I guess you'd call it. So we're gonna go, and it don't need to be perfect because they weren't perfect from the factory, but fold this little edge over. So come on, man, look at that, guys. Down, it's not just like a look-alike either. 86, it's for this bike, the right RPM, decibel levels. Come on, you know, you cannot go wrong. Get you guys a little better look at this here. I'll even give you a comparison of this next to the original one that's on there. Size is dead on. 1085, 86, ATC200X, made in Japan. The font, everything is identical, man. You really can't go wrong. This is the cherry on the top. Check out BlueLineDecals.com, guys. When I share what companies I use for stuff like BlueLineDecals.com or Curdy from 223cycles.net, it is not like a paid sponsorship where I'm getting paid to tell you guys that I like the stuff, and like what I say is somewhat controlled by the company. I actually pay exactly what you guys would pay. I just like to share stuff that I use, that, you know, from companies that are out there that can help you get your project to the next level. You know what I mean? Which, you know, stuff like that definitely, you know, definitely helps. You know, it really completes the look of the bike. It would look good without it too, but you know, that's what's supposed to be there. I'm about to clean up and call it a day. It's like 7 o'clock at night now. That anodized red sprocket, and you guys can still see the red in there, so it's not like it's a different one. I sandblasted it and vapor blasted it because, you know, the red wasn't going to go with, I mean, it would have matched the bike, but, you know, there's a lot more blue stuff on here. Like, I would like to find the blue front brake line. I have a blue rear. I can't find one by Streamline for the 200X. I'll have to measure it and just order it like that way. But that's about it. Maybe I would like to put some fat bars on there with a blue pad on top, kind of like my 85 ATC 250R. Any of you OGs that remember that bike? But all right, I'm going to clean up and call it a day. And we will pick back up tomorrow and finish this video out. Next day, and I am already, take a guess, sweating off me nougats. I'm sweating them the F off right now. All right, guys, I finished painting the rest of the little stuff. Let me show you what we got. So the hubs are done. I got some brand new lug nuts, and let me say this, man. I've been getting some bikes in lately, and you know, people have aftermarket wheels on them, and an aftermarket wheel is called a stud-centric wheel, meaning it does not take a tapered lug nut, so it would take a flat side. Now, OEM wheels, they have the little sleeve in there. They take a tapered lug nut. About 4 bikes in the past year came in. The tapered lug nut was with the tapered section facing the aluminum wheel and cranked down. So what that does is it squeezes the aluminum of the wheel. It like... It you know, distorts the hole, and it pinches it into these threads. So when you take the lug nut off, you can't take the wheel off. You have to like smash the stud out and get it to flex the other way. Check my older video on the 250R teardown, and we had that problem on that one. But tapered, you know, if you buy aftermarket wheels and you don't want to spend the $20 or $30 for some nice aftermarket lug nuts, flip the lug nut around. Don't put the tapered side. I know a lot of you guys know what you're doing, but you know, some of that stuff's just like, come on, man. I got the taillight all disassembled. Yet again, another look at the friggin' zinc on the threads. I got the gasket to it soaking in water because it's really dirty. I got to do something with these taillight brackets. I got the lens pretty clean. The thumb throttle is all disassembled and redone, so that's ready to go back together. You guys can see it's all nice and clean in there. I got the part where the shaft goes through clean. I'm going to leave this like brushed aluminum. I did the Honda logo, wipe that down. Got the rear rotor hub, and my dumbass went 2 steps forward. Now I'm going to go 8 steps back because who can see what I forgot to put back on? Who? What? You said what? No, that's not it. Nope. Take another guess. The front chain slide, that's right. The guy in the back row guessed that one right. I got to put that back on. I forgot to put it on because I left it in the bucket to soak. So, and it doesn't just clip around it like a 400X or a 250R1. It hugs this. So I got to pull this back out, which is okay because I forgot to clean this bolt on this side. And yeah, so everything else is coming together. I'm going to finish the rest of the stuff. I got the lock nut over there hanging up, and here's the rest of the lock nut and the spring for the rear brake pedal that I forgot. The grab bars there, and what else do we got? That's it. So all right, I'm gonna finish prepping the rest of this stuff and let's get this friggin' video over with, man. All right, guys, we are at a good point where I'm gonna go ahead and call part 2 of this finito. All right, we're in a good spot. Yeah, I have a couple little things left to do before I put the plastics on, but let's talk about it and I'll piece you guys out. This video is probably getting long enough as it is. I got all this stuff back on, all the rubbers are back in there, and I put the wheel spacers on there, man. I'm really digging how wide that thing is now. You know, it's gonna be pretty sweet. It's gonna be pretty sweet, man. I was taking the pivot bolt back out, and I've got the pivot nut that was on there, and then I realized I had a brand new one in the package. If any of you guys are curious, there's what the nut for the pivot bolt is, part number wise for OEM. This one's still good, it's just dirty, but I mean, look at the difference with new hardware, man. It really just brings something back to life. So things I still have to do. I have to do the kickstart rebuild, no big deal. Put the carburetor back on. I'm probably just gonna throw the Chinese carb back on for now until I get a rebuild kit for the OEM, then the OEM will definitely be going back on. I have to do front brake pad, the rear brake pad, and what else? I'm waiting for the OEM rear master reservoir to come in. Got the hubs are on there with the spacers. I went ahead and vapor blasted the spacers so they're nice and clean. I did not put the chain slide on yet. I'll go ahead and take care of that off camera. You know, you guys don't want to see me backtrack and do this shit again. thumb throttles on there. I gotta throw the cable in. I put the cable in the vapor blaster, clean that up. I want to do the same thing to the clutch cable. I got the little brackets that hold the wire harness. I gotta paint those and put those on. Reroute the harness back through the frame, put the tail light on, grab bar, air box like I said, and she'll be done, man. So in part 3, when we pick back up, probably about a week from now, you guys will see part 3. We'll have the plastics on this thing, and then we'll ride it, and on to the next, man. The 350X frame should be here very soon, and if you guys didn't hear what I said before, this is not my normal thing, spray painting something, but, you know, you can get good results if you prep and take your time and, you know, actually pull stuff apart, which sometimes is a pain in the ass, and you end up buying more stuff because, you know, you start seeing stuff that needs to be replaced that you didn't notice when it was all together, but it is what it is, you know? So, anyway, thank you guys for checking this video out, especially if you watched it all the way to the end. For all of my new subscribers, welcome to the channel, man. You know, check out some of my older videos, guys. I think there's like 200 and something uploads between shorts and full-length videos. Check them out, man. You could, if you know, like to binge watch YouTube for a while. Also, we have the channel members board. We got somebody in, we got Paul Lapadula in the 125cc, Dennis Brooks 250cc, and Justin Carl Films from Justin Carl Films YouTube channel is a 500cc Big Daddy member. Be sure to check that stuff out if you guys are interested. We definitely appreciate the support around here. And looking at doing some merch, guys. So we'll have some merch coming, and I ordered 10 posters of a certain bike that all you guys loved, and there's only going to be 10. I'm keeping 1, so that means that there's 9. Anyway, thank you guys for checking this video out. I'll see you in the garage next time. Thanks for watching. Peace!